Hello, Collins. Welcome back to Immortal Part 3, a high-level D&D campaign with me, your DM, Little Cat, and our friends, Mike, Kung, and Ida. We're down one today, so decide amongst yourselves who would like to roll for Bosk while Ben is away. Also, we're looking at a replacement game next week since CNY is a week after. That's Chinese New Year for all you folks who don't know what CNI is. There's going to be a short session today with hopefully heaps of prep because old Wormy is figuratively salivating. Give me a second while I do this. Okay. In session 17, the group arrived at the steep wall and successfully climbed halfway, only to meet the leader of Tilian Maroon, the booming Lynn Salva, and her right hand, Joan. It's clear that the leaders of this location is very hesitant to house them, but the mutual agreement later, and a promise of magically aided memory wipes, they reach the top to take temporary reprieve, get somewhat settled, go to another meeting, only to get harangued by a curious fellow called Uncle Saws, who loudly proclaimed that he would like to acquire their metal scraps, which is where we find them. The rickety door lay open as Uncle Sauce, who had already made haste inside, was excitedly arranging his items on a large work table at the side of the room, away from any windows. You're looking from outside because none of you have stepped in yet because it's too chaotic. His works were scattered all over the place, some large, some small, all definitely mechanical in some fashion, which made you think of Valerius's tinkering. Pushing the thought aside, you look at how some items are made with bits of metal and the rest, functioning like prototypes, possibly out of wood and scraps. You're 100% sure they would fall apart. He lifts one of them, which look like shoes, and although they don't fall apart, he throws them over his shoulder before scurrying towards two large wing contraptions with two seats. He finally looks up, goggles hanging over his forehead, and he goes, well, come in! Come in! Why do you... Why stay outside? Why?
It looks like chaos in here.
I apologize. And then he scurries off to look for something that kind of looks like a chair, and then he picks it up. It's very small because he's very small, and then he puts it in a relatively clean area. And he sets it down, and then he looks at Speaker is here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He looks at Speaker, and then he shakes his head. I'm sorry. I don't actually have anything your size, Mister Big Guy.
No one does. It's fine.
Well,
Speaker will look around. Is Lin Salva still with us, or
Lynn
others?
Salva did not follow you. She's in her office. Joan is outside though. She did not step inside. She just looked.
Speaker.
She has a general air of displeasure perpetually. Like there's nothing she likes about any of this.
Speaker will look to Joe and say, "Is this part of the meeting too?"
I don't think so. As far as I'm concerned, whatever you need to talk about with Soz needs to be done before we continue. The faster, the better.
He will ask, "Are the items? Will they hold up?"
You're asking Joan, right?
Yes.
I I honestly don't know. I have wings, so good luck, I guess. And then she sort of steps back a little bit as if it's conversation over, like the dialogue box closes.
Right. Speaker will turn back to this Jaws guy and the what does that do?
Oh, which one? The shoes? There's this hat. There's also uh more chairs. And then he pulls up another chair for Bosk, who is here in spirit. Um, just FYI, you can use Bosk's high intelligence if you need to roll for anything. Um,
Uh,
Fantastic.
Speaker will ask, "Is there anything that can help us fly?"
Lots of things. But first,
Good.
before you decide to fly, perhaps you could consider something that will help you fall safely. And then he pulls out a backpack. And then from that backpack, he starts opening it and pulls out yards and yards of fabric. There's one. If you do fall, it will make you fall very slowly. Essentially, it's a parachute, but think of it as similar to feather fall.
Okay.
Because if any of the contraptions fail, or if your winged friends, if you have any, and then he looks outside to Joan. That's a big if. Decide to cease existence halfway. At least you will not also cease existence. However, it's very slow, so you might get attacked.
Wonderful.
Right. So, flying things. I made these two. They're winged boots. And what they look like is metal shoes. By right, it should feel heavy, but he lifts it up so easily, and it does have like two wings on either side, motifs made out of feathers. Funnily enough, the people that I took the feathers from, not too happy about it, but not my problem anymore. These will help you fly, but only for a very limited amount of time. You do have to land and restart it. So
How
maybe,
often?
well, once every 5 minutes. So maybe less flying and more prolonged hovering.
How long does the stop need to be?
Oh, you just need to touch the ground. Skip.
So does it have to be like solid ground, or can you like land on the worm and it'll like work?
Oh, I believe it has to be Earth, although I haven't actually tried landing on the
Okay.
worm. Or creatures for that matter. I mean, you could ask. And then he peeks outside again and he sees Joan glare at him, and then he scurries back inside. He moves away from Eyeline and he goes, I was going
So
to
not that
suggest
one.
one of your
Nope.
winged friends to be the hop, skip, and a jump, but they're terrifying.
Yes.
Can I test it now?
They do have a limited use for an hour, so sure.
After that, what happens?
You cannot use it again until the next day. Dawn, preferably. But
Oh,
may I ask what you're using this for? I keep hearing a worm thing. You're not thinking of going after that. And then he goes to one of the windows and he points to the worm, who is now swiftly crashing into another thing and
Mhm.
floating back up.
uh-oh.
If you help us, you can have all the scrap you can eat.
He considers this. Are you saying the worm is made of iron or steel or
No,
some
I'm
kind
saying
of
we
metal?
no, but we have a lot of it, and you can have it if you do things that help us.
The worm does seem to have some kind of its own gravity field. Maybe it has metal in it.
Mm.
His excitement is palpable. Make me a persuasion with advantage. Whoever decides to do it, you have advantage.
Uh, I have +9. What is good now?
I'm just logging into Roll20 right now. I was excited, and I forgot to. But I
Second
think I
is
have
not
more
there.
than that.
All right, then. Well,
I
then we're
think.
helping each other then. So good luck can be the main.
Yeah.
A lot. Roll 'em. It's not very high, to be fair.
Uh,
You said you can have free metal, and the worm is a giant bunch of metal, and he's like, ugh.
It's like it could be a giant bunch of metal, and we have lots of metal that we can give him.
Oh.
Right, character sheet. Come on, come. Let me.
While that is happening,
Yep.
Busk sort of asked permission before this, but she's going around the workshop looking for arrows for Zekin. 24 is a lot. And he goes, that actually, I would be very amenable to an unlimited supply of metal from that worm. But I was told you have metal now, and I'm assuming that is what you mean.
Sure.
Yup. Uh, let's show him what we have, and
Van,
while showing him the metal, speaker will also like to ask him about has anyone tried anything with the worm before, or like uh, what is has anyone tried anything with the worm before, or going from there?
you ask this question while Van is putting uh, the portable hole on the ground, and the hole opens up, and he listens to you, but you watch him jump into the hole, and you hear his voice reverberate from inside, louder. You didn't think he could get louder, but there he is. He goes, "Oh, between you and me, it's not between you and him anymore. I heard there was a strike team, some kind of fire team that was sent out, but the less than 2 people returned. Out
How
of,
many
I'm
left?
not sure how many. You're going to have to ask Joan.
I see.
What I did remember was that they took the long way to return, because they returned several days after.
Hmm. I see. How long ago was this?
I don't remember. Not too long ago. It could explain why I'm hungry. And then he sort of bounds to a different sort of thing. He picks up a hat, some kind of helm, and he goes, "This one will make you jump really, really far. About 3 times the distance of your usual jump thing." And then he puts it on the ground. And then he points to just an outfit with a lot of webbing. This one, I call it a bird suit. You can't really flap, but it's got a lot of surface area for you to glide through the air. You must wear a parachute because you might become flattened. I never had anybody try it, but good luck.
And only 2 wing boots?
Yes, I have run out of materials. You can see that the 2 wing boots are where they should be, fully metal. And anybody with Arcana proficiency, including Bosk, so you can roll for Bosk, can do like a cursory check of what the boots sort of mean, why it needs to be metal.
Yes, please. Who's rolling for boss?
Oh, not me.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll do it then.
Alright. Cool.
Is boss? Oh yeah, Zekan's outside. Never mind.
Zekan is walking around. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Zekan, you're walking around town. Looking at wares, there is indeed a vibrant market right now because it is daytime. There are fruits and vegetables, mostly fruits and vegetables. You're not entirely sure what the protein is made of, but there's things that look like tempeh, um, and fried bugs. and various other things. There are also people who are selling arrows, not really bows per se, but arrows and other weaponry that is not metal. It seems that they don't have a lot of metal going around. 21 Arcana. Bosk scrutinizes the thing from about 10 feet away as she meanders through the workshop. And she mentions that uh, she actually mentions this to Speaker in his mind, saying that there's a lot of magical carvings on the side of the shoes, especially where the feathers are. The feathers are obscuring some of the symbols. It probably has something to do with why the material needs to be metal. And then she also lets you know that somewhere in the corner are various prototypes of these shoes made out of wood, and you can see that the wood is scratched and marred, and some of the symbols have been rubbed away.
Okay. Uh, just to clarify, it's daytime now, right?
Yes, yes. It
Is the
is.
plan to hit the worm tomorrow or later today?
Well, you're not sure yet what the plan is because you haven't got a plan yet, but you're pretty sure
Okay,
these people don't want you here.
right. Well, if we're not going to hit the worm immediately today, then Speaker can test the boots to make sure they actually work as advertised, so we don't have embarrassment tomorrow.
Good point.
Yeah. So Speaker will take Bosk's advice to heart and say that, all right, I'm going to try the product since it will be a life and death situation later.
He looks at you, he nods, but before he makes an agreement, he goes, before you try it, um, there's a tacit agreement between all of us that says, all of this is mine, yes, and then I will help you.
Pretty much.
Do you maybe perhaps on you have some kind of sandwich? I just remembered I'm really hungry.
Is that
Um,
part of the deal?
No, but you know, a hungry mind.
Busk might have something she can hook you up with.
Anything. A tic tac. I don't know what a tic tac is, but a tic tac.
okay, Boss has like cooking. Oh, Boss has roll of sausage. Oh my god, there's so much stuff in the inventory.
She eats a lot. Like she is a lot.
Right. I think Boss can share like roll of sausage, I guess.
He he takes that roll of sausage is because it's a gnome. That roll of sausage is probably enough to feed him until like tomorrow and a half. But considering he's hungry now and he just remembered that he's hungry, who knows? Maybe he'll get sunk into more work. And then he goes, "Oh, this would be great," as he clambers out of the hole and he graciously takes the sausage and shoves it into his mouth. And while chewing, he goes, go ahead. Where do you want to try it? And he picks up the shoes and passes it to you.
Well, do you have a testing ground?
He just points outside.
Right. Pika will head outside and look for like a clear zone where like, well, given what this guy does, there should be like a generous buffer around the house.
No, you go out of the house, and next door to you, like just literally one wall separating the workshop, is a little bakery that is not open right now. You also don't see any signs of life inside, but it does look relatively clean and lived in, if not for right now. And on the other side of the wall is just a house.
All right. So quite Cran. Well, he will test it in front of the inventor's house in case it goes crashing. He doesn't land on somebody else's property.
Yes.
So he will take the wing boots and experiment with them. Firstly, he tests like, can he just put two of them on? Does it work? Does one pair work for a bugbear?
One pair doesn't work, but as soon as you put both pairs on, you take flight, but it doesn't go anywhere. It just you are now hovering about 5 foot off the ground.
Hmm.
Well, he has to wear both pairs of shoes to.
Yeah, that's why it's important to test. Okay, he will with this hovering, he will experiment with jumping while hovering to see if it gives him any additional reach or flight elevation kind of thing.
You try
Can I?
jumping, but what you do is you make the movement of jumping, but you actually fly to your movement speed.
Oh, so he does gain elevation by doing this.
Essentially, yes.
Okay, but it needs two pairs on. Uh, he will try like seeing if he can go higher, like climbing an invisible wall style with the boots.
Yeah, you definitely go higher. Whatever area that you are thinking of, that is the direction you go. You're moving your body, but the propulsion comes from the boots.
Hmm.
Can I just clarify when you say both pairs? Do you mean both shoes or
Both
four
shoes.
shoes?
It will be you don't
Okay.
you don't have enough legs.
They asked if he had to wear both pairs, and then people said yes. And I'm like, I need to clarify. I need to know when you say both pairs.
It would be
Do you
so
mean?
funny to have like I have shoes on my hands.
No, no, he's a bugbear. He's a monk,
I
so
was
that's
like,
like
he's a
it's not.
big guy, so I just wanted
No.
to clarify.
No, if he did actually wear four, it would be very strange.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I thought, and I wanted to clarify.
No, you put one side of the shoe and
Oh
it
no,
doesn't
I
work.
actually did heard as well. He says, "Does one pair work?" And then you said, "No, you need two
Yeah,
pairs."
and it's like,
So
can I
I was
put on
like,
both
"Oh, you
pairs? I
need
was like, wait
four
a
shoes."
minute.
So yeah,
Okay.
so you need four shoes for this bugbear. So
Okay,
that's
in
why I
my
heard as
brain,
well.
there is no way that
Good.
it makes sense for you to wear four pieces of shoes.
But you said two pairs, so I
Okay.
was like,
Right.
okay.
So we got that
Yeah,
sorted out.
two
So
of the pair.
all right, he will try and
So
get
a
used
pair,
to it
okay.
and see if there's any difficulty with maneuverability, like trying to see if he can be as agile in air as he normally is on the ground, running and like across the walls, kind of thing. Is there any limitation to his mobility like this?
No, in fact, it kind of reminds you of the fly spell that you have seen Bosk do, except there's no wings.
Hmm. Is
At
he?
around the 5 minute mark, you do feel like the magic begins to falter.
Hmm. He will descend down and descend down back down to the ground. But while he was testing it, does he move at his same speed while flying, or does it have its own fly speed?
Nope, it moves at your speed.
Okay.
So if it's the cat and you stay, this is like meta knowledge.
Hmm.
If you're a tabaxi and you don't move for that round and you try to double move, yeah, sure.
All right, that works.
It just changes your movement speed to a fly speed.
All right, he'll come down and say, "Oh, it takes a bit of getting used to, but this one seems to work as mentioned." Uh, then he will take the other pair and see. Okay. It seems to have no problem bearing his weight, right?
None at all.
Okay, that's good to know. Good luck. Are you going to try the second pair?
I'm happy to try the second pair. I was gonna ask which ones of us are probably the most important to have the boots. Bosk can use the flying spell, which is handy.
Just FYI, it requires attunement, so
Yeah.
your testing it is the attunement process is gonna take an hour for you to attune.
That's fine.
Yes, but we have to test it now, then like not know whether it works tomorrow.
Okay, my question is, are you taking 5 minutes after out of an hour, or are you using the whole hour flying around?
Sorry, he said the thing could fly for 5 minutes, right?
But
Yeah.
it can do it over and over for an hour total
Oh,
in
okay.
one day.
Yeah, he'll just test it for the 5 minutes.
Okay, so put
Okay.
a mark on any of your sheets that that boot is now
Like
5 out
5 minutes
of
less.
60.
All right, and he will pass the other boots to Gunlock. Well,
Good
Yeah.
luck.
like
You do the
testing.
same thing. Is there anything in particular you want to like specially do? You do have 5 minutes, which is a long time.
I want to go really far up and just kind of continue and see if I'm still in the air when the 5 minutes are up. To what degree I like plummet.
Okay,
Do you
Speaker will
have
ask
a
Gunlock for
parachute?
any.
I will bring one. Are they multi-use, the parachutes, by the way?
Well, you have to fold them when you land, and it's
I
gonna
am
take.
sure we can do that.
Uh,
That means we can practice folding them.
yes. It your okay. Player knowledge. It does take like 20 minutes to fold it back because it's like origami.
That's fine. I don't think that's an issue.
Okay. You fly 2 minutes up, and your movement speed is what exactly?
30.
Okay, so 30 times. Goddamn. 10, 20, 25. 30 times 25 is how high up you go. That's
Mhm.
halfway. Do you keep going?
Yes.
Okay. So now a
Look,
lot.
I'm just gonna go up really
Like,
far.
you go up and it's honestly amazing. The air does start to thin a little bit because you're already high up and now you're going even higher. You have literally the bird's eye view of everything below you. You see the town. You actually see how small it is. The thing that is affecting you right now is the winds coming from the ocean, and you can see the ocean now. It's expansive, and then there's like you can't see that far away as if something is obscuring your vision. It's not darkness, it's just blurry. Like it doesn't want you to look that far.
Oh, am I like seeing the edge of the world?
Yes, it's
Oh
this
shit.
world. There's a
Yes.
hotel. No.
It's
You look around,
a
you see the
restaurant at the
worm.
end of the universe. Sorry.
You look around, you see the worm definitely just just flying around and attacking one more thing. You're not entirely sure how many things it has crashed into, and every time it attacks, more bits of land float up. Not just earth, but bits of land
Is
float
this thing
up with
actually
it.
like tearing apart the whole pocket dimension? Like, what is happening here?
It looks like it. It There's no rhyme or reason to what it's attacking. Maybe there are creatures, maybe it was designed to break apart the land, but there's no specific timing for when it goes down. It's just like, it's swimming, and then suddenly it stops, takes a nosedive, and then floats back up. And then
Hmm.
it's swimming. Like 5 minutes is a long time for you to observe this thing.
Sure.
You're not sure what is happening with this thing. There has to be a creature or a person that is calling it down like an assault,
Hmm.
because there's no significant distance in time that tells you that yes, it's programmed to destroy the ground.
Right.
And then 5 minutes come up, and your mind is jolted back into your body as the magic dissipates for a while. It's
Yeah.
as if the shoes have become slightly loose, like you're not wearing the correct socks, and you start falling.
And can I kind of feel it coming on beforehand? Like,
Yes,
how much beforehand? I want to kind of like gauge that. Like, what's the window of, oh shit, the boots?
you think you have about 2 turns before 5 minutes,
Okay.
where it's faltering. But while observing, you're sort of half paying attention, and then that 2 turns, that 12 seconds sort of loosens the shoes, and you're like, oh, okay, I remember now.
Yep.
After that 12 seconds, you begin to descend. But the good thing is you have a parachute, which I'm assuming you
How
deploy immediately.
many parachutes could we get, by the way?
As a DM, I'm going to say enough.
Okay.
Like one each. You descend,
Good, very
you
good.
pull the parachute.
Mhm.
There's nothing special about the fabric of the parachute. It's plain. It is painted to not be so easy to pinpoint. It almost blends into
Right.
the sky. The rest of you at the
It's like
bottom
bluish.
look up and sort of get obscured by the sunlight as well. Like, oh, okay, let's not do that.
Nice.
Zekan also sees a woman shoot up into the sky. 5 minutes later, descend before a mushroom appears above her, expanding, and then carries her slowly to the ground. You land. Your
Yeah,
shoes
a
are,
little sheepishly, a little gracelessly.
but the minute you land, actually make me a dexterity check for landing,
Oh lord.
just to see whether
Speaker would be at the bottom to catch her in case the parachute
say-
fails.
Someone will catch
yeah,
me. Just a
it's not.
check or a save?
It is a save. It's not to catch that the parachute fails. It's how nicely you land, because landing with
Yes.
a parachute, from what I learned, falling 14,000 feet from a plane is not very graceful.
No, I'm not feeling super graceful.
Oh no. What happens is two things. Okay. You reach the ground and both of your feet buckle under you, but you also feel the shoes tighten up immediately as soon as both of the feet touch the ground. But as
Nice.
soon as you realize that happened, you take a bit of a tumble and some of the rope tie you up in knots. But
Yep.
the good thing is it's not a critical fail, so you're not bundled.
And I'm not hurt.
You're definitely not hurt. There is no chance this thing would let you get hurt unless something
So
really bad
that's
happens.
great. So we've got potential two-wing boots. They can. So when I went up pretty much as far as I could go, was that easily in like if I'd been on the ground under the worm, would I have reached the worm easily or not?
You're not sure. Make me a survival check with disadvantage, because you have a bird's eye view, but you don't know. You know how if
Yeah,
you
but
look
if I
through a
got like
mirror,
super far up, Yeah, I
it's
know.
pretty far away. Like objects in the
I
mirror look
know.
bigger than they appear, or something like that. But
Closer than they appear, yeah.
yeah. So it's a bit like this
10.
thing is so big, you're not entirely sure whether your distance is judged accurately.
Yeah.
10 baseline. You're not sure that you're gonna make that fly, but you did
I
see
mean,
bits of Earth.
distance-wise may be hard, but
Because I'm like, what is the.
elevation-wise, can we reach?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to ask. Like, if I'm on the ground underneath the worm, am I confident that I can easily make my way up there, fight for a bit, go down within
Well,
like, or am I gonna need 5 minutes just to reach the fucking worm and then be plummeting?
well, remember there's bits of Earth flying around you
That's true,
at
actually.
different
There is
at different heights. They're not exactly at
gravitational.
ground level. It's not like you can jump and catch them, but within 5 minutes you should be able to get to one of those landing platforms.
Yeah, I know. Oh no, chicken. That's not what. I know it's hard to gauge. Um, And I did forget that there's plenty. So does that ground count like solid ground then? When it's
I
like
mean, it is
floating around?
ground. Uncle Sauce did say
Okay.
as long as it's ground.
He did say ground. So maybe also get like a couple of backpacks full of dirt to carry just
Just
in
step
case.
on a backpack.
If I do have a backpack of dirt, like if say Speaker has a backpack of dirt, can I step on his back on the backpack and then it'll charge?
Look, if it
Time
happens in
for
combat,
testing.
we'll see. If I'm laughing, why not?
This is very jar of dirt kind of
This is
vibes.
literally. But look, if I'm laughing, why not? That's funny as shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because then we could like jump off of each other for like and keep each other going for a little while potentially.
I can imagine Speaker just landing on you, and the momentum of him hitting you is like watching two snooker balls hit each other, and you just fly
Yes.
downwards. It's like, well, thanks.
Yes. Addition, we should need to go talk to Lynn again about what kind of support they actually have
Uh,
to give.
Speaker will need to test out the helm as well, but can
Yeah,
we
go
say
ahead.
that during the attunement part he would put on both? Something like that.
Are you attuned to anything else?
I mean, he will unattune anything he doesn't need to test.
Okay, so
Makes
you
sense.
have
Great.
to unattune two things.
Yeah, he'll unattune the gloves and the braces.
Okay,
'cause he's
so
not
you have
fighting.
the helm and the wings. Although, nah, it's fine. You have to decide to fly for the wings to work.
Yeah. So now testing the helm and seeing how high it helps him jump.
Okay, what's your usual distance?
Okay, so he has 23 strength at the moment thanks to the belt. So he can normally do long jump 23 with a running start,
Mm-hmm.
or high jump of 5 feet with a running start. And if he uses the step of the wind, he can double both of that.
Mm-hmm. So with Step of the Wind, through 4 times that.
Okay. So it's not multiplied, right? It's not like 2 times 3, right?
Step of the Wind is 2 times, right?
Yeah, it's 2 times, and with the boots, it's 3
Yeah.
times,
So
right?
so it's your original plus Step of the Wind. So if it's original times 2, and then you take that answer and then you times 4.
Original times 2 times.
So Botmas.
Is that correct? Original times 2
What is
times 2.
what is the number?
So what's your original
No,
speed?
don't care about the original. What's the multiplier?
Is times 2 times 4.
The Yeah, so it's your original movement speed times Step of the Wind and then times
Yeah.
4.
Oh, it's times 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 4. It's
That,
4.
that okay.
Yes.
That's better than the original boots I was thinking.
Okay, you said times 3 jumping distance earlier.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I
times
wrote it
3.
down.
Sorry.
So
I'm
it's times
looking at
3.
other things. Yes, times 3. Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
that's fine. I just know I was writing it down while you
Yeah, that's
Thank
what I was
you.
said it.
confused.
I was looking at another 4.
That's fine.
So times 3. But it's still a lot, I think.
Well, it's a big worm and it's far away.
Mm-hmm.
But the vertical is where I'm worried about.
Now, I am. How good is Uncle still around?
Yeah, he's in the hole right now,
Long
going through
jump is
bits of metal.
100.
He is not paying
Long,
attention to you guys at all.
That's fine.
because long jump is like 138 feet, which is good. But high jump is only 30 feet. And how high are those platforms start appearing?
You're not sure.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I was wondering.
I remind you also that you're in a village full of people who can fly.
Yes.
And I'm a bugbear. If like 5 of them need to carry me over there, we're going to be at the slowest helicopter in the world.
You're saying that there's only one kind of bird.
Okay, I need to think.
The leader is a harpy eagle.
I know, but
Yes. Um,
You're pretty sure she can break your neck.
quite likely.
mhm. Now the question is how much they're willing to invest, which we'll
That
find out
depends
later.
on
But
the
we need to find
negotiations.
Yeah.
yes. So
They were
helmet.
quite keen. We just need to. Yeah.
Okay, wing boots. Yep. Leaping item, but there's attunement too. I I probably can't take the leaping item because I need uh no, because I don't think the leaping item does enough compared to the boots.
Yeah. But there is, a few of us now. Hopefully, Bosk can cast fly on herself.
Let me double check boss to see if they can upcast.
Yeah.
Pa, 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 pa.
Uh, I want to just poke my head into Uncle's shop again and ask one question. Uncle,
Oh,
you're very good at building things, tinkering and creating lots of things. I bet you've had a few things go sideways though, and like create a big mess, right? Every now and then.
you hear movement coming from the inside of the portable hole as you see hands clamber upon the edge as he climbs out. And then he
Uh-huh.
chucks to the side a piece of metal and he goes, "What? Oh, yes, every invention has what do you call those things? Trials and errors
Yes.
that I have to fix." And then he points to the wooden shoes and the just basically the wooden items, and he goes, for example, those don't make them out of wood; they scratch.
Ah.
But also,
Have you?
I haven't actually figured out how to not have them land after 5 minutes. It would be nice if I could, there's a spell called Fly that
Uh-huh.
lets you fly for I think 10 minutes. I think.
I think it's. I can't remember. Um, that is very cool indeed. Have you ever made anything explode, like go boom, by accident, or design either?
He he looks around. He goes, "Well, I'm not particular with the alchemical items. I can make explosives, but it's not very well seen here. They don't particularly like explosives. You see, something
Understandable. Do you think they would like them on a worm?
I haven't thought about that. Unfortunately, I am not well versed in destruction. And
Right.
if there was any amount of destruction, I am not entirely sure how I did it. I apologize.
That's all right. I figured it was a long shot, but
No, perhaps it's something that I might have to skill up. Although, after this, I don't think I would have the reason to actually make explosives.
yes.
There might
Because
be.
there's a lot of scrap down there, so like there could. I'm just like in the hands of a skilled man. It might be things that you could do to make it go boom.
His eyes start shining again. Wait, well, I can imagine. Well, there are alchemical professionals in this village.
Okay.
I don't remember where they live, but if you look for a, let me think of their name. If you look for a Stephen with a PH. Or Stefan. I'm not sure. One of those guys. I don't know his last name, so good luck. It's another tinker gnome, younger than I. May ask your new friends to search for them.
Yeah, I will check in with the Aerococcus as well.
But again, he doesn't deal with as much explosives, more like acids that eat
That
away at
might
things.
still be good.
So, boom bad in this town. Acid okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna take a pause for a while and go to second. Second, while you are having water, would you like to text what exactly you would like to do? I will consider this your downtime. You could also take time to not do anything, although I don't think it's enough time to be considered a short rest. I also have to remind you that, and remind myself that none of you had taken a short rest since you left Paulson, right?
Probably not.
Which means you're still at one exhaustion.
Oh, we
Oh.
took time to remove the exhaustion already, right? We didn't left
Yes, we
the
went
place
into
immediately. Yeah, we
the hut
took the
again.
time to remove the exhaustion before we move again.
We went back into
Oh,
Guy's
was it an hour?
cabin and
That
sorted. Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
yeah,
yeah, you
then you're
said
fine.
that, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
nobody
so we
nobody replied that message, so I was like, oh.
Sorry.
oh, sorry, I thought it was spoken that time when we were doing the
I do
exhaustion
not
burst suddenly.
remember.
Ah,
It's
all right.
fine.
We did decide to went in and stay in for like an
Yeah.
hour and so just to remove the exhaustion before we
We were paranoid about what might happen if we don't.
Okay, no.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so because Zekan fully intend to aimlessly walk around
Uh-huh.
just to look at stuff. He doesn't intend to like uh buy anything or what, because he food does entice him, but it's not like something is necessary. But not sure if boss get got him his arrow. He would just procure a couple, maybe a quiver's worth, which is like 20 arrows.
What are you
Uh,
bartering?
Butter. What do I have for butter? Let me check. I believe they want metal, right? Because a lot of I don't know. Is it just the uncle that wants metal or
Well,
anything else?
walking through, you see there's not a lot of metal anywhere. Even the weapons are not metal. And because of that, the arrowheads that you find is either uh wood or just pointy bit of the
Oh,
stick. And
then
whatever
actually,
metal
yeah.
that is very expensive.
Then I'm going to begrudgingly not buy any of those arrows and just use the last 10 arrows I have
Okay.
because I'm not sure how good as a wooden arrows to this giant worm skin.
Eh.
Yeah, it's just like his unsureness that he wouldn't dare to like try to get something if he already doesn't have much to give, and I don't think these people over here uses money like Fosen as well, so probably no use for them.
Mm. You do
Yeah,
bump
so
into some maybe teen birds, a parakeet looking one, and you're not entirely sure of the gender of this one, but they're walking uh two by two, and one of them gives you a cookie as they pass by. You're not entirely
yeah.
sure why, but you have a cookie. So looks
Okay.
like oatmeal.
All right. I'll just. Is it dry those like oatmeal, which is like dry circular? It's
Yeah,
cookie. You
yeah.
said you did say cookie.
It looks like chocolate chip cookies, but since it's oatmeal, you're not sure if that's chocolate chips.
Oh, okay. I just take a bit and just put it to my mouth, like break it into small pieces to put it into my mouth.
It's
Taste it.
tasty. There's a really nutty flavor from the oatmeal. Like the taste of molasses is there, and you are salted by the suddenness of raisins. That was not chocolate
Mm,
chips. It's just raisins.
and
Betrayed.
uh, and and then immediately what it thinks is, I need more water. Not enough water in this.
Water is free for all. There's people carrying water, and they
Right,
just serve whoever. You just need your cup.
right.
Very easy to find.
Because since I'm not buying anything, I'll just use this downtime to um. Do I have a private space besides going back to Lynn's place?
You have to go back to the place that you came here first, like your little hut.
Oh, the hut.
Yeah,
The hut.
it's not that far.
Oh, yeah. I'll go back to the hut until someone comes for me. I'll go back to the hut and open up the old Valerius uh tablet and see what I can study up on. Uh, this would be regarding the weird matrix stuff, which is like the ice root. What is ice root? And
Mm.
uh, it's like I want to get from anything useful and unuseful at the same time because history might be a lie. Maybe we can glimpse something into it. Either we can see what is and what isn't.
So you're gonna have to be more specific in what you want to know. Going
So
back to compile research,
mm,
Project Moth has 1 lore and 6 knowledge points. Project Ivan has 8 lore and no knowledge points, and Project Daughter has 6 and 10.
So
uh,
many.
So
what
many.
can I be reminded what's the difference between? I know lore is like just non-useful information tidbits, right? And
Yeah,
then
fun lore shit that can be helpful, that cannot be helpful. It depends on what kind of character you are. Like, sometimes the lore can be used as a storytelling device to gain favor, but you don't know because it's very
mm,
circumstantial. Could be
mm.
good, could be bad. Knowledge points is integral key items information.
So daughter has what? None?
6 and 10.
Daughter has six. Whoa. Oh,
Many.
you didn't use any?
I have not used that many. I've used
Oh,
some.
okay, that's interesting. Um, Project Moth is regarding the souls and those robotic things, right? If I'm not wrong.
Correct.
And Ivan is who or regarding Dr. Boss.
Yep.
I'm gonna look up to Moth. How many lore or knowledge point does Moth has?
I put it in the thingy,
Where did you put it? Oh, here.
the Discord.
Moth has one knowledge, six. Wait, one lore, six knowledge. Is that it?
Mm.
I'm gonna. What can I gain from knowledge? Because I don't. I try to. I want to get something from the knowledge point at this moment. But
I
the
will let
topic
you
is
think
about
about it because these
mm,
are key questions that you use to dismantle or help you along the way. Like these are very key information.
mm.
You can also use them during any kind of combat related to the topic.
Because I have time now. I trying to see like because someone like Valeris has been doing this Project Morph thing, right? I want to understand if he found any uh faulty or like vulnerability or like instability among this like project, like the weakness of the the robots or the soul thingy that he done. Like it has to do this. It had like how the matriarch has to collect the souls from the tower to put in them in the robot, like something like that. What see if there glimpse any weaknesses in it, even if there's minor.
Unfortunately, even if there were, it would be redacted because that
Uh
is like proprietary knowledge.
it's one of the redacted knowledge I
Yes.
see.
Yes, because if anybody
Oh,
found that, whole operation fucked.
okay, then I'll take my time for that then.
Just
I have
I'll
FYI, sorry, yes.
no finish what you. I was just having a thought, and it's not related specifically to what Chekim was talking about.
Okay,
So,
hold on to that thought. Write it down so
mhm.
you don't forget it. Uh, Zekin, just FYI, doing any research takes about 4 hours.
Oh, but this one I'm using knowledge point, right? So I'm not
Yeah,
really like
so
good. And plus they are not
the
taking
the
4 hours
thing
to
about knowledge points is it's used as a memory bank. You already have that knowledge, so you can
oh.
recall it within a split second.
Do you think that they will be having 4 hours worth of shopping trip? If there
No.
is, then I'm gonna no, right? Yeah. So I won't be able to sit here to read
Okay,
through
so reading
this.
through you need 4 hours because you're building on top of the point system.
Hmm. So
So
I
just
can't.
just look at it as right now
Hmm?
you have for moth 6 pieces of information because there's so much information. I don't know what you want. Instead of bullshitting you and giving you 6 random pieces of information that might not be helpful, you tell me what you want.
Yeah. I will sit on that. So I'm just as like they can go in and like look through the stuff, like mindlessly go through for how many hours they're going to work through their shopping, just
Well,
looking
so far
through.
it's like
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Sorry. This law and knowledge points, are they the ones available left or the ones we already used?
Available
That's
left.
available. The used ones I've already gotten rid of. This is the current tally of what you have in your pocket.
Yeah.
So we have
Ivan has
8 lore points for Ivan.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Knowledge points is the critical one, right? Law is
Yes.
more of a okay.
Yes.
Not. Let's put it this way: lore is fun to know. Knowledge is good to have.
Mm.
Actually, since Gulak is not using it, I'm just going to look at Lord for daughter. Is there any fun stories about it?
I will get back to you on that.
Much fun. Yeah.
Because I want to know what Ida has a question about. Like, I'm
Okay.
curious.
Um, I've been typing it out. So the worm looks like it is actively kind of trying to destroy the land in a way, isn't it? Like taking chunks out of it is all floating in destruction, and
Make me an intelligence check.
this is
Hang on.
honestly
What
more of
would
an
you?
out of
What,
character thought than an in character thought. Just
I think it would help the character as well. Let me
okay,
see.
okay.
Let me see
I'm
what
very
else I have.
intelligent. Look,
Uh,
and
you have
I'll be voicing
survival.
this. I mean, I've got +5 wisdom.
Um. Okay, yeah, we can use wisdom. Flat wisdom, no proficiency.
Okay,
8.
never mind.
That sounds about right. It is crashing into the land. It's a bit too far
Right?
for you to figure out exactly why,
What
but
is
the
crashing
fact
into?
that
But
it's flinging chunks into the air, is it nesting? Question mark.
um, well, I have more thoughts. Like the thought continues. It doesn't just stop there. So
Mm-hmm.
this continent is essentially like a giant island floating in a pocket dimension at this point, right?
Yes, that is what you know.
Yeah. So we, or at least me, assume that the worm is probably like a defense thing from the Matrix. It did occur to me just now that it might be that we have done enough to destabilize this whole fucking bullshit that some other things are kind of coming out of the woodworks or the through the dimensions or and it's just kind of like starting to wreak havoc because it's upset at the nasty things that are here. I don't know.
Valid thought.
Thought?
With that eight wisdom, I will also remind you that Haviland people had also mentioned that they keep creatures in the ocean to make sure that nobody can cross. This
Yes.
might be some of the creatures, you're not sure.
Yes, it could be something like that.
But you do find it strange that it's patrolling around the location of the spire. That's the only weird thing that you're like, but
Yes.
why?
Well, no, but that's why what had us initially, I'm assuming, thinking it was a defense thing. But I'm just like second guessing myself as I'm like going so high up, I can see like the end of the world and like where the walls of the dimension kind of starts. Now it probably is a defense thing. I just had a little. Oh, what if this isn't intentional?
Hmm,
That's
perhaps.
all. That is the end of the thought.
Okay, going back to Zekin. Can you write me your question because I completely do not remember what you asked about
Oh, no.
daughter.
No, it's just something, any fun stories about daughter. That's literally what I asked.
Mm,
Any like kid story or something. People would try to talk about daughter in a light of
I
like
wouldn't say
childlike wonder
it's
or
public knowledge, but there was
mm,
a journal page
mhm,
um that that it seems to have been torn out very
mm,
hastily and shoved into the folder, and then it got scanned in and nobody checked. You know how some people just scan without looking.
yeah.
And this one had notes about how this one lady used to work at the ice route, taking care of the children of the matriarch. Um, After a while, she she was complaining about how tortured it is to be working with such horrible people. Uh, and she is hoping to quit soon. And on that particular day, she saw another lady come in who looks sort of like her. Good luck. You were there when this particular journal was read out loud by you and whoever else. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Wait,
Yes, 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 yes.
oh,
Fail, 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 fail,
isn't
fail,
this
Fail,
fail,
like
fail,
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 fail.
fail,
I've
fail,
been
fail,
rolling
fail.
so shit. I've been rolling so shit. God damn it.
isn't this when she was like when she had that dream she was in the weird mind space? She had
No.
this dream once in the
Well,
mushroom or
there
something. Is
was
it?
there was a dream,
Yeah.
but you're not sure if this is the same sort of dream slash memory. It
Mm.
doesn't strike you as odd at all. This doesn't tickle any part of your brain, Kunlag. Um,
My brain is too good at protecting itself.
very, very
Uh,
much too good. Very
well,
too good.
at some point, we're just going to rack up exhaustion levels, then try the memory stuff.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
no. Oh, that's a thing that you can do. Okay. Um, I will minus one lore point from that.
Okay, sure. I have written it down and remember as the character.
Okay, TLDR, the help seems to be replaced quite regularly, is what you learn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The help that closely works with the family. Okay, back to the shenanigans on the ground. You have now practiced.
Okay. Speaker will also practice the fish suit.
it's hard to practice the bird suit.
I thought it was a squirrel suit.
It is a squirrel suit, but this guy
Okay, so
probably
not
has never
fish.
seen a squirrel in his life, so he's seen birds though.
Okay.
You can choose to wear it. Although, okay, to be fair, you cannot fit this one,
Okay.
unfortunately. It's an average, bipedal, very humanoid, not bugbear shaped.
Hmm. That's fair. Like if a bugbear wears it, there's a horrible like netting effect going on.
It's just really bumpy. Like there's just clumps of hair bunched up in places. And you'll
Yeah,
stretch it
okay.
out, which is terrible because the fabric is not very stretchy.
Okay. He will see if Gunlock can test this. Like, it doesn't have to be skin tight or anything, right? She just wears it and tries
Yeah.
it, right?
Good luck can wear this, and you're wearing the shoes, so you know that if anything happens, you can just turn the shoes on.
Yep.
You
Well,
climb.
Pico will experience with jumping and climbing to bring Gunlock up like to a comfortable distance before like letting her off.
Okay,
Eating me off.
like King Kong in the famed movie King Kong, you
Mhm.
climb the tallest tower with a damsel who is not in distress in your arms. Thankfully, there's no planes flying around your head, there's just birds. And you go to basically somebody's house and you sit on their porch and you see a beak and two beady eyes stare at you from behind the window. It looks like that of a small child because the feathers haven't grown in yet.
Oh.
Curiously, it stares at you because now there's two unfeathered people, one very fluffy, in front of its house. You are very,
Uh,
very high up.
all
I say
right,
very, but it's
Gunlock.
more like 60 feet.
Let's try this,
That's
and
plenty.
he will release her from there, and
No, no, you gotta throw me like as high as you can.
It's just like a
all right,
dart.
he will throw Gunlock with both his arms and
Okay.
like a mother bird teaching its babies to
Yes.
fly.
That is wild. The only bird I know that does that is some kind of duck, and it just kicks it. Please don't actually do that. uh, with finesse. I'll say you do it with finesse, like throwing a paper plane. Good luck, you
Yeah.
are a paper plane.
Huh?
So speaker, I need you to roll me, uh, a strength, no, athletics,
Mm-hmm.
and good luck.
Mhm.
If speaker rolls higher than an 18, roll with advantage
Please.
your
Already
acrobatics.
taking the advantage, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah.
easy, 24. Advantage acrobatics.
Well, that's good. That's
Because
needed.
you have to maneuver yourself. It's more of a dexterous
Uh-huh.
thing.
Yep. And Gunlag is famously very dexterous.
You needed that 19. Thankfully in an alternate dimension, you rolled a 4 and it was not graceful. But instead, in this dimension, you rolled a 19.
Yes.
With a heave that didn't
And I hope.
torque your body in a strange position, you remained flat. You spread your arms and you followed the circular pattern of flying that the other birds are doing. You almost ran into one mid-flight, and
My bad.
it comically used the wind to get away from you, and it gave you like I'm walking
Little
here,
boost.
kind of like that face. And you follow the trajectory down. Unfortunately, it is very fast, and it's getting even faster. So with a 19, you know when to put the brakes. Are you using another parachute? Or are you using the boots?
Oh, I can't like glide and like kind of get like a little running, like hit the ground running.
Nope.
Oh,
This is
it's just
using
like
physics, baby.
okay, okay. I wasn't sure how good of a glider it was, you know.
It's actually
Um,
pretty good. It's just that, the velocity, you're reaching
you
your
need to
terminal
stop at some point.
velocity.
Okay, I see. I guess we parachuted again
Okay. You are
because I
far
can get
enough
back
from the
up.
ground that you deploy your parachute again and slowly float onto the ground. This
Even if
time,
I wasn't, I don't think Good Luck would know exactly what distance would be safe, and she'd probably just pull it anyways.
yeah, that's fair. I would say with a 19, you're good enough. You're like, I don't want to smash my face into the ground
I'm not
'cause
gonna
that's gonna
pancake, yeah.
hurt. You pull it just in time because you've been flying really well in a circular pattern.
Oh,
So so it's not like you went that far down because you're not plunging dead heat into the ground. You're making like a nice like cascade. So yeah, eventually you land. This bird suit is pretty awesome. It's not like flying. It's literally Buzz Lightyear falling with style.
nice.
It's exhilarating if she's into that.
Yes.
You land this time. You figured out how to land with the parachute. Landing outright is bad. You need to sort of take a step and pull away that momentum by using the ground. So instead of stopping immediately, you step, pause.
Yep. Yep. I'm getting better at this.
Um, you hear raucous applause around you as passersby are just very impressed. Mostly the gnomes. The birds are like these two-legged, unwinged people.
That's fair. Wait, so this place has like gnomes and birds, is it?
It the makeup is hang on, I have the makeup somewhere. Basically, it's a majority Arakokra with maybe 15% gnomes,
Mm-hmm.
and then the rest is like a helter skelter of everything. Very scant. Like you don't see any lizards or turtles or those kind of stuff.
I mean, it's cold up here. You wouldn't expect to see those anyway.
Also, the climb is hell.
Yes,
But yeah,
it's
it's
felt.
from what you've gathered from the observations, you think the Arakokra do to a certain extent protect the people here.
Hmm.
And because there's so many people who are not winged, the gnomes help supply some of the technology.
That's nice. Okay, so thinking back. All right, I think we tested the leaping, the gliding suit, the leaping helm, the wing boots, and the parachute. So we are quite sure it all works.
You now
So I
have
guess long.
two unraveled parachutes, and the maker is nowhere to be found, somewhere inside the workshop, in the hole,
Yep.
I'll
preferably.
go get him to help me teach us how to wrap him
Mhm.
up again.
Okay.
I do want to go talk to Lynn again, and I want to go find Stefan or what's his name? Stefan.
I would say that you can use the remainder of the hour to attune while you're walking around.
Hmm.
Because this takes like 20 minutes.
And I need to wrap up those parachutes anyways.
Mhm.
Okay. So you are staying here to wrap up the parachutes. Who is going to
Sure.
look for Zekin, who is MIA? You know what? Bosk will go look for Zekin to let him know that everybody is going back to Lin Salva.
That would be great.
By the time you get back to Lin Salva's place, all of you will pretty much make the same time. Uh,
I probably still have that piece of cookie, but it's slowly being chipped away because I've been eating small pieces of it.
It's pretty nice. You're used to the raisins already. It's like, okay lah, it's not chocolate chips, but you kind of expect them to have chocolate chips here. So nothing else whilst doing all this, all of you end up at Lin Salvas again, yeah?
Me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eventually I will say that close to the hour mark where you have fully attuned with the items, you have maybe 10 minutes more. You reach the front door of Lin Salva's office, and before you knock, you hear enter. And then Joan opens the door and guides you in. She still has a scowl on her face. You think maybe she was actually born like that. You're not sure. Because nobody can maintain a scowl like that.
We
Um,
can't just ask her why she's unhappy.
oh, you know why she's unhappy. Because you are here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, Lynn Salva looks at all of you. I understand that with all of your new accoutrements, that everything is prepared.
Uh, we might not die immediately.
She gives you a face of, no, I insist, today.
What do you mean?
You're not here as guests, you have a job.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's kind of why we're here to talk to you as well. Um,
Eyebrow raise.
I'm wondering who, well, for one thing, what kind of assistance are you willing or able to provide, and to join us in trying to do this? Um, I understand there might also be some alchemists or things around here that might have just anything, acids or otherwise that could
Uh,
potentially or hopefully hurt a worm.
Actually, let's take a step back and start from what was the last attempt and how'd that go?
Sure.
She takes a while to reply to this. And she goes, a lot of asks, but not a mention of why or how. I will say that just recently, and she doesn't seem to be expanding on the recently bit, I've sent a strike team out and only so few returned. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, they have not yet returned.
So none have returned?
There are survivors, but for reasons, they should not be leading that thing here.
What do they have to say?
Whatever that thing is, it has a wide range to know that you are in the area. Perhaps more finesse is needed, more power, which my people don't have. They can fly, yes. They can get to the place, yes. But to protect themselves, no. I'm willing to spare a few, but I need to know why.
I'm gonna leave this up to the guys who did go to the shop because I'm not sure what they got in order to get up there. This is out of character speaking.
I'm thinking a bit here.
Yeah.
Speaker will reiterate. We need to bring down that tower, and that is guarding it. Tower is what powers the whole field that keeps this land isolated from where it used to be, or should be.
Meanwhile, my concern is the worm itself.
Mm-hmm.
We have survived for centuries. We will continue to survive for centuries. But that worm needs to go. What you do with the tower is none of my concern.
Absolutely.
But the worm might come here if you don't
Correct.
do
And that
something
is
about
why
it.
we have a tenuous agreement today.
Exactly. So
Speaker will ask then, when you send the strike team, was a vulnerable point or similar point of weakness identified?
She shakes her head. Unfortunately, from news of the ones who survived, who you might be able to catch up with since they're en route back here, stealthily,
wonderful.
they should be able to give you more information. But as you know, 25 words is less than enough to get
Oh,
the full scale.
they're coming back from engaging with it. Is that correct?
He nods. Again, if you so decide to return here, my suggestion is to not. Opposite is the way to go. If we do find that you're returning here, we will open fire against you.
Understood.
That thing
Sure.
must not follow anyone back here.
That's fine.
Speaking of follow, how have you observed it follow? As in, Speaker asks, like, what is the behavioral pattern of it following something or such as others may have seen?
This time, Joan is the one to speak. As I've come to discover from the fact that we've been watching it for several days now, the frequency at which it descends is strange. It doesn't follow any particular time at whim, it seems. So, my guess is that it's attacking creatures. I followed
Creatures.
for a while the strike team and saw how fast they were torn apart. I say torn apart, but really it's just being devoured whole.
Like actually eaten, or is it just like steamrolling?
Eat it.
Mm.
It is big. I guess it has to eat something.
But it is big, it is long, its movements are a lot faster than it should be to bring the head around fully.
She nods.
Does it seem intelligent or more like it's acting on instinct only?
I'm not sure.
Mm.
I there's a little bit of shame that you get from her. I'm afraid I don't have the gumption to engage with it myself. Joan, it's not your fault. You're supposed to stay here to take care of the rest of Tilly and Maroon with me. I know, but I could have gotten with them. And die? Clearly it doesn't work. And then Lynn Salva turns back to you. And what of your plans?
It's
Uh, okay, one more question first. When your people engage, did any of their weapons score any effective hits on the creature?
Joan replies, again, it's hard to say because the ones who engaged have perished, and the ones who are far away could not see.
Hmm.
Which makes it hard to plan.
Well, speaker will say, if observation is difficult from a distance, well, I'm planning a parachute drop onto it or onto the tower as maybe.
Make me an insight check
Mhm.
on Lin Solver.
Yes.
Only him?
31. You can see that she is very, very intrigued by this. She is also scrutinizing the capabilities of flight for your team, and she has recognized that Ven and Biro are. What are they doing? And a few of you don't have the shoes, so she's not sure about your capacity. But you know that at this point, you should be able to ask directly for what you need.
Okay, thinking again. So from what we were observing of the serpent, does it seem to have any blind spots, like maybe towards from the top of it, or since it seems to hit the ground a lot?
Um, this one Gunlug can take a gander. When it barrels itself into the ground, most creatures you know, and this can be corroborated by Bosk as well. Actually, Zekin, do you have survival or animal handling?
I do have survival.
Okay, roll me
It's
a survival check.
not my highest score, but it is proficiency. It's 18.
Okay, it's okay. Most animals with eyes that use it to see will protect their eyes. You mentioned this, and then Gunlug can confirm that thing doesn't seem to want to protect anything.
Mhm.
Mm.
So it just smash down without any like protective. Does it even have eye? We don't even know if it has eye
It's
or not,
probably
right?
blind and using just blind senses thing as a big serpent.
Hmm.
Okay. Sorry, dear, I need a bit of more detail. Like, how big is the tower relative to the creature?
The creature, you think, because you can't see the tower from here, but from your memory, you
Mhm.
think that the serpent, the worm, can wrap around the tower all the way up to the top.
Hmm. Okay.
So it
Like,
would be longer then.
okay. So, is the serpent worm thing bigger than the what was the ooze thing? The ooze spider thing?
Oh, so much bigger.
Oh, the one yeah, the one
The
underground.
ooze spider is dwarfed
Hmm.
in comparison.
Okay. Question also. When I remember when we tried to whack the obelisk before disabling the security, stuff just bounced off like the force field around it, right?
Hmm.
And okay, the serpent was coiled around
Oh,
the
the serpent is
tower.
never coiled around the tower, but it can coil. That's how big it is.
Okay, can coil.
It's just floating around, protecting the area.
So I'm wondering. Okay, I this is a bit of a long stretch. I'm wondering if we can parachute drop onto the tower, and the serpent hits us. It hits the tower.
I was going to ask that can we use the tower against it because we know that the tower gave off a force field or something like that. That how much force we put into it, it put give it back, and
Okay.
how the worm always like crash down to the land without protecting itself. Can it hurt itself by crashing
Okay.
onto the tower when it sends us.
So another question, DM. After we disabled the tower near Ice Route, okay, the tower near the Ooze place wasn't emitting anything, right?
Oh, it was.
It was.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a live
Uh,
tower.
yeah. And the tower near the Ooze thing that was emitting, was it more erratic after we took down the Ice Route tower when we saw it?
Um, it was more powerful.
More powerful. Okay, I'm just wondering, what if the reason the serpent's doing like that is because the tower has become erratic, so every time it gives the sickness sting at random intervals, the serpent will go like whack the ground?
From what Joan said, that does not seem to be
No.
the case. Well, you might be right with the erratic thing, but you're not sure.
Okay, because
She
five
did say
minutes is too frequent for the pulse, right?
there's no there's no interval measure. Sometimes it's like 2 minutes, sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 45 minutes, sometimes it's
Hmm.
2 seconds after.
Hmm. Okay, because out of character, my plan at the moment is maybe we can do a parachute drop onto the tower and then uh use the tower itself as like a platform to attack it from, and see, like, if it hits the tower, whether that affects itself, because it's definitely going to be harder for it to bite us if we're on top of the tower itself.
We also have to bring up the question that if, since we are fighting around the tower, like last time and the time before when every time we face a tower, there would have the blast of like sickness around it, right? With
Yeah, but we don't know the
with
interval anymore.
yeah, not only the interval, the last time we have it, which is the Idra situation, it it before even have the shortened blast duration, it does has the ambient like sickness giving off. So I'm not
Oh,
sure
I
how.
think I think what's worth mentioning also is the strike team. When they tried to attack, the worm was so far away from the tower that they wouldn't be in the zone.
Yeah, so if we go into the zone, we might get multiple like bad inflictions, and then it will be a lost fight against the worm if we are trying to use it as a foothold. But I think it is a good idea to bring up if we can use the tower itself against the worm.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's assuming we can get down there and do anything with it while the worm is there. If we go down there, it might,
No, because
slam
I'm
its own
thinking.
body into the tower and us and kill all of us and take down the tower at the same time.
Yeah,
Everybody
because I'm
did.
thinking approaching from below is stupid because the thing just warms things on the ground. So, and attaching it from air at eye level will just do the same thing as the Arakokra did, which is also not good because it will just eat us. So I'm thinking attacking from above, like, because we can drop much faster from above than we can fly in.
Yes,
Yeah,
if
we
we can
can
fall
do.
onto it.
Yeah, fall. No, I don't think I want to fall onto the serpent because that's like a known magnetic fast moving thing with like head can be anywhere. It's a bit
Okay,
troublesome.
so I would like to bring your attention to the map.
Hmm.
Um, oops.
which map?
The owlbear.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
Now,
Oh, owl bear.
near Tulin Maroon, there's an X, orange X. That's where it is right now.
Oh, that's quite close. How much is one square? One hexagon.
There is
Uh,
the reference in the yellow one, I think.
one hexagon is 3.6 days. No, 3.6 hex is 1 day. That is horse ride. One hex is 21 kilometers or 13 miles. That is
Oh,
like,
it's that close.
yeah, that is
Okay,
1 day worth of travel.
okay, 1 day away. So my thought, and it circles around really big. Hmm. What's the blue star again?
Oh, that's where you guessed wrong.
Oh,
That
okay.
is a guess, but it is quite close.
Oh, not
So
bad.
Yeah,
I
actually,
won't
Good
call it
guess.
comparing.
wrong. Yeah, I
Okay,
won't call it wrong because we did guess very close.
It was very,
okay,
very close. When you did that, I was like, oh, but no cigar.
Of
okay.
course, if you are playing Battleship, yes, no cigar.
So this is the gist of the rough plan I have, which I think is probably better when boss comes back. But the idea is we get their help to fly us over to the tower at a very high elevation. How high does the tower go actually?
Tower goes all the way into the clouds. You have never seen the top of the tower.
Oh, and the thing goes all the way. Uh,
Yeah,
Blank.
and the worm can rotate multiple times around the tower and all the way up.
Okay, that's a bit.
Yeah, it is a very huge worm. So
Okay, from the observing the worm in motion, let's say uh let's say the head is where the X is now. How fast is it capable of its body turning around to like target something near the tower, for example?
From the speed at which it goes from, let's call it swimming
Mm,
horizontally to 90 degrees, descending upon whatever it is that it's attacking or the ground. Uh, it it is really a split-second decision,
Hmm.
but because of its girth, if you know how you fold uh like a tube, there's always got to be that gap where the gap doesn't touch each other.
Hmm?
Call it the noodle thigh gap. Um, it still applies here, but then you're fighting with a freight train, so
Okay. And this coming down to hit at 90 degrees, is it any part of its body or just the head?
the head, but it drags the rest of its body. It's like a roller coaster. So if head goes down, body also follow. Then head goes up, body also follow.
Okay, that's important information. So for it to hit the ground, it has to do so with its head, basically, is it?
Yes, it's attacking with
Ah,
its face.
so no, the follow up I want to ask, like, this is curiosity and also try to see if it makes sense in my head as well. Does it move like the game snakes as well? Like if it goes to that place, like for example the ground, when it comes up, the follow up body will have to reach the bottom and coming up again as well, or
Well, yeah, that's
yeah, so like the game snake type of no, actually like no, most of the snakes
like
does this.
most animals. Yes.
Yeah, most of them. Okay, so yeah, no.
okay.
All right.
And the Arakoka returning and taking the long way around, are they moving outside the orange boundary or much further than that?
They are going much further, which is why it's going to take them a while to return. Which is why, um, Lynn Salva said you could probably meet them up halfway in the middle, and it'll be faster.
Hmm.
But you don't know
Uh,
what they look like, and you don't know what their capacity is as soldiers at the moment, because she hasn't said anything.
I need to think. It's
Because
10:17 already. Should we
Correct. I'm
call it?
yeah,
about to call it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Think about what you want to do. In the chat, because next week hopefully we can sort out this worm. So Lynn suffered. Well, it's not just Lynn. So that Lynn and Joan don't stress
Need to deal
out
with us.
and have to like tell people why there are new people here and whether or not they're gonna need food. Which the answer is yes, you're gonna be fed. They're not
Okay.
monsters. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks for playing, guys. Next week game continuation, and then Chinese New Year. So be good, be safe, drink water, stretch, and all of that stuff. See you next week. Bye.
I